Okay, another polynomial inequality here. Here we have x cubed is greater than 5x squared. So remember, first step, move everything over to one side. So I move everything, let's say, to the left. X cubed minus 5x squared is greater than 0. Now what we're going to do is we're going to replace the inequality sign with an equal sign. And we're going to try and solve this. So we need to factor the left-hand side. Notice that I can factor out an x squared. I'll be left with x minus 5 equals 0. Now you set each factor equal to 0. So the only number you can square and still get 0 is 0 itself. So we have one solution there. And then the other solution is if you let x equal 5, right? Solve that, set that factor equal to 0 and solve, you get 5. So our two solutions are 0 and 5. So now I go to a number line. This is step 3. My number line I put at 0 and 5 are my two points I found, and I create a partition here. Now I pick test points. -1 is a good one, +1 is a good one, and 6 is a good one. And remember, we're going to take those test points and we're going to plug those into the original inequality. So there's my original inequality. Take my test points. This is step 4. So my first test point is -1. I do -1 cubed greater than 5 times -1 squared. So what do you think? -1 cubed is -1 greater than, let's see, -1 squared is +1 times 5 is going to be 5. So is a negative number bigger than 5? No, it's not. So we know that this region will not work. Now what we do is we move to our next point, which is 1. So we're going to go to our inequality and we're going to replace x with 1. I'm just going to erase some stuff here. That negative becomes a positive, this becomes positive, and now 1 cubed is 1, greater than, let's see, 1 squared is 1, 5 times 1 is still 5. Now is 1 bigger than 5? No, it's not. So you do not include that region. That's why you have to be careful about guessing that it's just going to be, alternating, like bad, good, bad. You have to test every point to see if it's going to work. The last test point here is 6. So I'm going to plug 6 in here. 6 cubed greater than 5 times 6 squared. Now you can break out your calculator. You get 216 on the left. Greater than, okay, 36, that's 6 squared, times 5 is 180. And 216 is bigger than 180, so this does work. So now what we need to do is we need to figure out what our solution set is. We know it's everything over here. But the question is, do we include 5? Well, the original problem did not have an equal sign here, right? It did not have that. So we do not include 5, so we'll put an open circle. You must also look at 0. Now, at 0, our function, if you plug it in, 0 cubed, 0, you get 0 is greater than 0. It's not true. Remember, we did not want it to be equal, so we do not want to include this point, right? That's an open circle. But then again, we don't want to include anything over here. So really, our only answer is everything to the right of 5. So what we're going to have here is our final answer in interval notation is everything from 5 on to infinity, parentheses on infinity always, and parentheses on 5 because we do not want to include the point.